What is wrong with the Mavericks?
Well, they don't play defense. That's the biggest issue. Luka, and Skip, we know Luka, he can be efficient at times, but he's really not an efficient player. He takes a lot of shots, and, you know, he had 40 points, but it took him 29 shots to get it. Yep. He was 7 of 16 from the three, and you look at 7 of 16, but it was some of these shots aren't great shots that he's taking. Yep. It's just when they go in, you ooh and ah, but a lot of times he's putting his teams in harm's way.
Yep.
Skip, they got out-rebounded by 21 rebounds. The Charlotte Hornets, not Milwaukee with that big ginormous lineup where they throw at you Giannis and Lopez and Bobby Portis. They eat all the glass.
No.
This is Charlotte, and they beat you by 21 on the glass. Skip, they don't play. Skip, and the thing is, when you take these bad shots and you already a poor defensive team, leaves the easy buckets. Now, all of a sudden, you know, Kyrie, it was 5 of 15, 2 of 6. He only had 18 points.
Yep.
You look at Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell played, well, must have got hurt because I didn't watch this game yesterday. He had 0 points.
Yep.
And then you get Kleber, he gave you 14, Hardaway gave you 15, but Skip, at some point in time, you got to play defense. And they just refuse to do it. And they don't have the guys. They have shooters. And when Luka can penetrate and kick to those shooters, Skip, it's a beautiful thing. Kyrie Irving doing his thing, kick, penetrate, is beautiful. But then what happens when those threes don't go in and you don't play any defense? They don't even try to play defense.
What happened in the third quarter on Christmas Day in Dallas against your Lakers? What happened?
Shot him off the court, had 51
points.
Yeah, because everything
it was a three-point barrage of Luka kicking to shooters.
And they made everything. Bullock made everything. Hardaway Jr. couldn't miss. And now all of a sudden they can't buy any buckets, Skip. But until they start playing defense and rebound the basketball, I don't know what Luka, you still getting your shots. It's not like Kyrie came in and all of a sudden you're not getting your shots. You're still getting your shots. A lot of them are bad shots. But they go in and we're like, oh, man, did you see that play by Luka? But a lot of those shots that he's taking, Skip, there aren't good shots.
Okay, I'm going to remind everybody. The Dallas Mavericks last year won the conference semifinal round by ousting the defending Western Conference champion Phoenix Suns. Remember that? Game 7? Blew them off their own court. They lost in the conference finals last year to Golden State in 5 games, but they made it to the conference finals. At this moment, it appears very distinctly and strongly that they're not going to even make the play-in tournament because they are free-falling. They are a disaster.
They are.
They just lost, as you just pointed out.
Back-to-back to the Charlotte, right?
Back-to-back, home and then away to the now 25-51 Charlotte Hornets. And yesterday, obviously, LaMelo Ball is out for the rest of the year. Terry Rozier was out yesterday with some kind of illness and right foot discomfort. So you don't even have, to me, their 2 best players. Their 2 most dangerous players did not even play. And to your point, it was another nightmare, following the home nightmare, after which Jason Kidd, as you recall, said that the effort was awful and that it was dog poop, and he didn't say poop. He said that describes our effort tonight. It was dog poop.
And remember, the fans started booing, and he said they deserved to boo.
They deserved to boo. And Kyrie went off on the fans after the game and said, if fans want to change places with us, then, hey, be my guest. You got years of hard work ahead of you to be enough to get on this level. Well, that's not what the fans want to hear because they
know they're not on their level.
Honoring you. They're saying you're the ones making the 40-odd million. You need to play better than that. It's just pure effort.
And that's what Skip. When the home fans boo you, there's a level that they've got accustomed to, and they know what the effort is, and they know how you can play. Kyrie, they saw you go on the road against the Lakers and drop 38. They've seen you at home when Luka wasn't there play at a level. They've seen Luka play at a level for the last 5 years. Now you're not playing at that level. People are not going to cheer you. People don't cheer bad things, Kyrie. I don't understand why you think that people should just, like, no matter how poorly you play, just be glad that we're entertaining you.
Yes, because we're artists. We're gifted. Yep, you are. We got that. You got to give some effort with your gift, right?
If I'm an artist, let's just say I'm a painter,
Yep.
and I put out some great pieces, and people are buying them. Then I start putting out dog food, and nobody buying them. Man, you should buy it. You remember the good stuff that I did? No, that's not how it works, Kyrie.
Agreed.
People will applaud you when you do well. They will boo you when you play bad. That is the level of it. Isn't that what you expect as a player, as an athlete?
Yes. Friday night, Luka opened his heart in a way I have never seen him open his heart since he has been a Dallas Maverick.
Right.
He gave his soliloquy after the home loss the other night, and he says, I think you can see it with me on the court. Sometimes I don't feel it's me. I'm just being out there. I used to really have fun smiling on the court, but it's just been so frustrating for a lot of reasons, not just basketball. Okay, I don't know what the off the court is. He said,
Right.
I don't talk about my personal life. No idea. But I do know it looks like he's not having fun the way he used to on the basketball court.
Didn't he have something going on with his mom? I think he was suing his mom about something, Skip, about a logo, about something was going on with his mom off the court.
I don't know for sure. I did read that, but I don't know enough to even address it and be accurate with it. But the point is, this is just me, and I first guessed this. I don't think he's happy playing with Kyrie. He said nothing but positive about Kyrie, but the problem is Kyrie is brought on to do exactly what Luka has been doing. They're really the same. They don't look the same. They're very different heights, weights, and all that.
Different packaging, but the same.
But it's the same idea. They need the basketball. They're going to dribble the basketball. They're going to create their own. And occasionally, more than Kyrie, Luka will dish it out, will kick it out for threes.
Right.
But Kyrie needs to go solo. And there's nobody better. There's no better handle in basketball than Kyrie solo.
Right.
But I think what got Luka the most was it was clear from the start that Luka it was made known to him, or he just jumped to this conclusion that Kyrie was brought in to close games. Here are these numbers. These are the fourth quarters and the one overtime they played together. You ready for this? Kyrie has now taken, alongside Luka, 75 fourth quarter overtime shots. Luka has now taken 33 together shots, okay, fourth quarter and overtime. 75 to 33. Kyrie has more than doubled him. Yesterday was the first day, the first fourth quarter they have played together, and they're now 3-8 in games they played together. Yesterday was the first time that Luka has shot one more time than Kyrie in the fourth quarter. He shot 6 times to Kyrie's 5 times in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry, 6 to 5. That's it, 6 to 5. The point is, Kyrie did make a big shot. I think we have these. I'm not sure exactly. Do we have Kyrie's 3? Yeah, we got. Okay, so this starts. This is about 4 minutes left. Kyrie says, okay, I got this. And he gives it right back to Kyrie, and he makes that. And guess what the score was at that point? They go up a point.
Right.
Okay, so you're up 1, and you should close the deal right here. And then from that point forward, Kyrie takes one more shot, and it's a 13-footer that he misses. But down the stretch, there are 2 Luka three-point attempts at 25 seconds and, say, 13 seconds left that could have cut it to 1 and then cut it to 3. And Luka said, no, I'm going to take this. And he does his step back, and it's short. And then he tries another one a little later, and he says, I'm going to just take this whether you like it or not, and it's short. Okay, so those 2 shots gave him one more attempt in the fourth quarter than Kyrie.
Okay.
It didn't work. And look at the numbers. You brought them up. Yesterday was Luka just saying, hell with this. I'm just going to shoot my tail off today. And he pretty much shot his own tail off. He shot 29 times and scored 40 points. 29 shots for 40 points is not real. It's not exactly Kevin Durant.
No, it's definitely.
Right?
But he was 12 or 29.
Okay.
Hey, 14 or 29, 15 or 29 is one thing. 12 or 29 is something entirely different.
Kyrie got only 15 total shots for the game and only made 5 of them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's going to be close. And if neither of you close this game, you are going to lose the game. And they lost again, and it just doesn't look or feel right. And then I'm reading a lot of things about Luka doesn't have the emotional support. Remember, Boban used to be on this team. That was his closest friend. He used to have a coach from back home that used to be on the staff. And I don't know what the backstory is, but he's not on the staff anymore. And he and Jalen Brunson were very close. Jalen Brunson was a great fit because he was a totally complementary star. He was becoming a star right before your very eyes, but he wasn't Kyrie Irving. He didn't need the basketball unless you wanted him to have the basketball. And every once in a while, Luka would just get tired and say, go, you make a shot. And look what Jalen Brunson is doing for the Knicks.
Well, it was cheap. They didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to pay him. I guess they didn't want to go into luxury tax or whatever the case may be, Skip.
All right.
But if you look at it, Skip, the Hornets had 14 offensive rebounds. The Mavericks had 3. So 58 to 37.
Yeah.
And do you understand what a team would do to you with 14 offensive rebounds and you only get 3? Powell is not a rim protector, Skip.
No.
And even though Christian Wood is a shot blocker, because he's so light, so frail, he offers no defensive inside presence. Yeah, he'll come from the weak side and block a shot here or there. But that's not what they are. Skip, even if Luka wanted to, if you say, Luka, if you play defense for 30 minutes today, we're going to win this game, even if you score 3 points. He can't. That's not what he is. He's not. Kyrie is not a defensive guy. So you look at what they have. Josh Green is not a defensive guy. So basically, you're out there with no defenders. You just got to hope they miss. And then you got to hope you can get the rebound.
So they make 19 threes. They shot 39% from 3. To only 12 threes for the home team, and they lost. And Jason Kidd's got to be saying, where am I? What am I doing? Because one thing about Jason Kidd, and I covered him when he was a Dallas Maverick, he played as hard as you can play every single possession. He dived for balls. He dived into the third row for balls. It's just, it's how he was brought onto this earth. That's what he was. And you don't think it's driving him out of his mind watching this?
But it seems like now, Skip, is that everything that he said is falling on deaf ears. And I don't know if Luka, because at first Luka seemed to be very excited about playing for J. Kidd, and now all of a sudden it just seems like it's falling on deaf ears.
I agree.
And could this be
You're saying deaf ears or deaf ears?
Both.
I think you're.
I
kind of like DEATH.
Yeah, because it might be because Jason Kidd is.
I agree. Somebody's going to have to pay for this if they miss.
Luka ain't going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere.
But at what point in time does Mark Cuban sit Luka down and say, okay, Rick Carlisle, possibly J. Kidd. At some point in time, the common denominator is you.
Agreed.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.